We've been buying PCs from this eBay seller for years now, and every single time they absolutely deliver some crazy bang for buck gaming performance.
We have no idea how they get them for so cheap or how they sell them for so cheap, but every single time we like to pick one up and show you guys how you at home could find deals like this, especially this being an Asus ROG desktop we have not seen before. For $330, did we get a good deal? We're gonna open up this big old box and find out after word from today's sponsor.
Hey Matt, are you building a gaming PC in 2026?
Yeah, even though PC parts are very expensive right now, you can actually save a lot of money on your Windows activation to get good price to performance.
How? Isn't it like $200 for Windows?
Not with today's video sponsor, GVGMall. They're our go-to option when activating Windows on any gaming PC.
Oh duh, GVGMall. You just use the link in the description down below, pick your version of Windows, and then add it to the cart.
Be sure to use our exclusive discount code TB20 to save 25% off your Windows license purchase, which will get your cost down to $26.
So once you purchase your key, the code is then digitally sent to you, and then all you have to do is go into your settings, find the activation settings, and then copy and paste your Windows key, and then boom, it's activated.
So big thanks again to GVGMall for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's dive back into it, shall we?
So $330 from Priceden. You guys know we have bought so many things from them. We're probably their #1 supporters at this point, but really it's not because it's them or anything. It's because they just have some crazy deals. And these are the kind of deals that we like to see on eBay. We're tired of seeing overpriced junk. It's sellers like these who actually sell things used for the prices that they should be, so the gamers, like you guys watching at home, can pay $330 and have a PC up and running for games.
Priceden, the prices they should have been. They should have been. Duh. Anyways, this right here is an Asus Rog Strix GT15 that we bought from Priceden for $330. Features a 10 Gen i5. We got a 10400F. It comes with a 1660, 6 gigs of RAM GPU. The one downside is the storage and RAM configuration, because duh, 2026. 8 gigs of RAM with this system. Don't know if that's single or dual channel, but it does come with a 256 gig SSD and a 1 terabyte hard drive. So obviously there are definitely some shades of, if this was a few years ago, this thing probably would have 16 gigs of DDR4 memory and like just a 500 gig or 1 terabyte SSD. But nowadays there are some compromises with even the best of deals.
This is one that we haven't really looked at before. We've taken a look at a few of the ROG desktops, and normally we're very pleased with them. I mean, they're cool looking. They usually have a little bit of an upgrade path, like more than like an old Alienware. We'll see if that's the case with this one. And what's cool about this one is it's new. I mean, newer. It's 10 Gen, so it's not like we're looking at something that's, you know, DDR3 or early DDR4. This one's actually still a capable PC that I think we'll be able to upgrade. And I think if you bought this at home, you could easily slap some more RAM and storage in. And
the ones we've seen a lot, and you probably see on the channel, was the G10 line, which was like the gray case with the little RGB bar up front. That is one we've seen a lot and had similar specs most of the time. I think we've seen them with like Ryzen 5s and sometimes 10 Gen i5s, but this one is a slightly different model that actually comes with a nice handle on it. You'll see during the unboxing. But we've actually had conversations with Priceden before on the phone. Like, we've talked to them about how their business model works, and a lot of them are their direct connections with suppliers like Asus, HP, and some others, to where they'll basically get a call saying, hey, we have some refurbished PCs that we want to send to you guys. It's on your way to your warehouse. They just show up at the warehouse, they verify that they're good in working condition, then they sell them on their eBay store. So however they got those connections, clap to you, because you're getting some good business.
But I'm almost wondering if they have similar naming scheme to HP, where if the one we normally look at is a 10 liter maybe, and this is like a 15 liter.
It could be. The actual design looks very similar, but it has something different up front. Like the actual up front's a little bit different.
I feel like the other ones are normally a little smaller too, but yeah. I don't have one to compare right now, so I can't really think if it's actually smaller. I do like this design more already. I mean, the other one, it kind of just, I don't know, the other one is a little dated feeling to me. This one I feel like it's a little more sleek in the front, and this is pretty cool. Whoever had this like never took off. I'm doing it.
Oh, he's doing the peel.
I'm doing it right now.
He's doing the peel right now.
I'm taking off the peel. So we got like a nice little acrylic, I'm assuming RGB bar here. I like that it leads to our power button. This is always a nice feature. We got a little headphone holder, which we'll say feels like you could break it off nice and easy. We do have a little bit of front I/O up top here. And the handle's cool. I don't know if, Matt, you want to try to carry it by the handle, see what it does? Is it real?
Heck yeah.
Take it to LAN Wars.
LAN War ready to go. But based on the stickers and everything, this feels like the OEM spec that this system would have sold with, and obviously on the side here, it does verify all the same specs. So the 10400F, 8 gigs of RAM, 1660, 1 terabyte hard drive, 256 gig M.2 SSD with integrated Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So this was definitely a pre-build that was sold at one point. It was probably refurbished through Asus, and then they just had these refurbished systems. They had nowhere to sell them.
You know, this isn't one where we really feel the need to go over like full port selection, but just to let you guys see the back, it has a really good amount of ports. It's not too many. It's not, you know, lacking in ports. We got 3 display outs, which is nice. So it's definitely a capable little build. And I feel like the price is crazy. I mean, I don't know what, this probably would have came out in like 2018, 2019 maybe. Maybe around that era, maybe even a little earlier. I feel like this would have costed well over $1,000 back then.
It probably would have. It does come with a keyboard, by the way, that is Asus branded. It is membrane, so nothing special, but it included keyboard. I didn't see a mouse, so interesting to just get a keyboard and no mouse.
Unless it's, yeah, it might
Unless
be
it's in there.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, okay. That's weird that they would give us a keyboard and not a mouse. I mean, hey, we're the kind of guys where we normally don't care for the included peripherals and we say ditch them anyways, so it is what it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and open this up.
Now, one thing I am seeing is this is just like the other one. It should have came with an acrylic side panel separately.
Oh, the separate one. So maybe that's not something we get in this
Which
case.
I will say is a little misleading on Precedent's part because the picture itself does show the clear side panel,
What if
which
it's in here?
is a selling point. Yeah, what if it's hiding in here?
No, it is not in here.
It's not hiding in here. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I did look in the box just to triple check we weren't missing it. It would be pretty obvious if it did. Maybe this time they decided to exempt that, or in the description it should say that maybe it doesn't come with it. But
I will say the inside of this system is really like sleek and clean. I'm not used to seeing one of these where it has like a basement. I mean, it is just like a tin basement, but it's cool. It actually has like a legit, almost like gaming PC vibe to it.
and the motherboard's just like a gaming board. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't look like some OEM random.
B460.
Yeah.
Yeah, so B460. The card's a little bit of like kind of OEM-ish. I mean, it's an Asus, what do you call it, turbo card. It is a GTX 1660 6 gigs, not a super or anything. We do have our, that's
One
gonna be a
stick.
bottleneck.
That's gonna be a problem
One
for
stick
sure.
and 8 gigs.
Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a little bit of a bottleneck. Luckily, DDR4 has not gone up like DDR5 has, at least not as extensially. And it looks like we have some upgrade path, right? I mean, we got another 8-pin. I don't know how many watts we have because for once it's covered up.
It's actually hidden.
But the board, yeah, two 4-pins for the CPU, extra fan headers. Speaking of fans, we do only get one.
That might be another thing too. Obviously, I want to go super high end if you're only getting one, because the front does not, I guess it has somewhere you in theory could put something.
Kind of, yeah.
And there is some ventilation up front, but I would have liked to see at least 2 fans in this scenario, especially just a little baby fan in the back for exhaust. There's potential for upgrades here because we spent $330. So the RAM is one that I can definitely see us doing an upgrade on for benchmarking purposes. We have 16 gig kits. We'll swap it out at some point, show you guys what the difference is like. 8 gigs is probably gonna be our limiting factor, especially with, I think Windows 10 is preloaded on this for whatever reason. Windows 10 Home, Windows 10 Pro more specifically. So we'll test the benchmarks with that, see how that goes. But yeah, RAM upgrade is one thing we could do. Fan, maybe we can maneuver a fan in there somehow where we get some additional airflow if we think temperatures are a problem. But when it's $330, you got some wiggle room to do some upgrades to still keep that price performance. But how does it look? Oh, the light bar's got some animation.
Well, even the B460 has indicator lights on it. It is crazy. It's a nice board, and I don't see anything proprietary in here. I mean, the case could almost even be reused if you wanted to. Like if you put a new board in here.
Yeah, you could put a whole new build inside here and nothing would be out of the norm for sure.
Hey, the inside's nice and plain, and not really any lighting in here. Kind of see what the back looks like, because there is a back panel.
Oh, there is a back panel?
Which is, I don't know, there's a lot of things about this build that's different. Maybe that's why we don't see these often. They're too cool.
It's like a hybrid between like an Optiplex and just a normal gaming desktop.
Wow, they actually do give you a little bit of room for cable management.
Okay,
Nothing
you
crazy.
can see the hard drive hiding down there too.
Yeah, that's interesting. This is weird too. I've never seen this before. I don't know if they add this just for this cable. That's interesting. And then it looks like we got some extra SATA. Yeah, we have a, wow, that's a green drive.
Green drive, that's gonna be a little rough, yeah.
We're probably gonna have to take out the freaking
Yeah,
power
I'm
supply
gonna
to
have to.
see any information about it. I'm gonna guess it's a 500 watt.
500 seems like the magic number for this kind of system for sure.
All right, let's see if this will work.
It's so worked.
And I cannot get past this. You
really
literally have
did.
to remove the hard drive, dude.
I just want to know the wattage. By the way, if you can't tell, we're having to remove the hard drive, the cable management, just to see the power supply.
I wonder if this said what it was.
Does that have like a serial number that gives it away?
No.
Not really.
Not really. Why is it all in Chinese? 500p. It's a 500 watt.
There you go. 500 watt. All that for what we thought was 500 watts.
I got so lightheaded for that.
He almost passed out for that. So can we get some comments down below? Just saying, thanks, Jax, for not passing out.
Yeah, thank me for not passing out in today's broadcast.
All right.
All right, well, let's put this back together now. We know it works.
Now, I will say if there happens to not be an operating system on there, not great because they do advertise Windows 10 Pro being included, but it would
be
be the end of the
happy.
world because then I'll have an excuse to install something like X-Lite, which X-Lite would be beneficial for something like this with 8 gigs of RAM, a basically modified version of Windows that uses less resources. If we're gonna run 8 gigs, and we've done it before, you're gonna wanna run with a modified version of Windows that doesn't use as much RAM.
Well, I will say, I've had a lot of people, especially at PC Bros and even friends lately, that are still running Windows 10, and obviously it's like end of life. It just tells you that in the updates. A lot of the new games, or even old games that are out that are being updated for 11, they're not updated for 10 anymore. I've had friends that like can't play certain games anymore that are on 10, so that's another downside with it. Having 10 is, it's almost becoming unusable in some applications and some games.
All right, let's get into gaming and make sure this thing works. All right, guys, so we are booted into the PC, and as I was going through this, I just wanted to verify how much memory you're actually using within Windows right now without even playing a game, because we are in Windows 10. You can see the specs here. We currently have our 10400F as verified, 8 gigs of RAM, SSD, and everything, but the RAM usage just in chilling in Windows 10, we're using about 3 gigs doing nothing. That's definitely not horrible, but it's not ideal for this kind of PC, and to give this PC its best shot, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and install X-Lite, because we're gonna be doing upgrades anyways, and if you guys don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to X-Lite, we did a whole video on this. They're modified versions of Windows 11 that will use less resources, and we're gonna go ahead and install. We have a USB ready to go for it. The PC works fine. You can run Windows 10 if you want to, but personally, I would rather run a newer version of Windows, Windows 11, and also a modified version just to improve our overall performance, and then give this thing its best shot in its current config before we do upgrades. So we're gonna install X-Lite, and then I'll show you guys what that looks like before we get into benchmarks.
All right, guys, we are playing some Apex Legends, testing out our cheap $330 system with our 8 gig single channel RAM, and we're currently running 1080p with kind of like a high setting preset. And we're just gonna see what this thing does. We do have Windows X-Lite on here, which if you haven't seen, we did a whole video on that. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like if you want Linux performance but still have normal Windows and be able to play games like this, it's a good alternative.
Yeah, we have our page up. We can show, just see the 1% lows. That's probably gonna be the biggest thing we're gonna notice with the single channel memory. Because right now, this actually, I mean, it's Apex. It runs on
Apex
mostly
runs
anything.
On anything.
And if you're gonna get a PC that's $330, this is kind of the expectation of the game you're gonna play. We're not gonna go out of the realm of possibility and test games that are, you know, super demanding. Campaign Evolve, not happening. But this is a reasonable expectation because, yeah, look at that 1% load. It's getting down to 37 at some point. Once you get that 16 gigs dual channel, or even just 2 4 gig sticks of 8 gigs, you probably would have a much smoother experience. It's kind of just DDR4 single channel causing stutters.
Yeah, and I think we'd have a good amount more performance if we just had 16 gigs dual channel. I would bet our average would be a little higher. I think our 1% lows would be a lot higher. We could probably run a little bit higher settings. And I think Apex is gonna be the exception. I don't think other games are gonna run quite as good.
It's still cool we were able to get it running though. I would imagine on like, if you try to install full-fledged Windows 11, you probably would have more stutters because you're probably using on average about another gig just from background applications. So having a modified version of Windows or a Linux distro or whatever you want to go with, if you only have 8 gigs of RAM, it's very helpful.
Come here, boy. Come here, boy.
Oh! Oh! Also, too, good thing, this is actually running on the hard drive.
Oh, that's crazy.
So that
I feel like Apex is like one of the only games that can like do that.
Yeah, I had to be selective of what games we install on the hard drive and when we installed the SSD, but this one's on hard drive, so I honestly was worried it would be laggier than this, but apparently Apex, good on hard drive still.
We won!
Champion!
All right, Apex Legends ran probably a lot better than we thought it would. I mean, you could totally play this if you bought this PC.
That's good. Okay, guys, you remember we talked about that hard drive? It worked great for Apex. It's not working great for this game. We're in Lego Batman, which surprisingly is a demanding game. It's a newer game. Pretty demanding depending on what settings you run. We're running some FSR on balance because we have an Nvidia GPU, but not a DLSS-friendly GPU because it's not RTX. We have to run some FSR. Medium-low settings. Trying to get those basically like ray tracing effects as low as possible because we ain't got that on this GPU. And we're gonna hit page up. We are on the hard drive on this game. This is like the lowest I've seen the quality on this game, and also the stutters could be a multitude of things. It could be the RAM, could be the hard drive, could be a little bit of both. I'm probably gonna lean into a little bit of both. I'm gonna say the texture is not loading in is definitely the hard drive. Like there's some spots where it's like really soft. We always tell people this, and a lot of people, even in the storage market right now, are like, well, get a hard drive for your mass storage. We don't really recommend it unless you mainly play a lot of older games. Any game that's been developed for like a new PlayStation or an Xbox, you gotta think, is developed for like a pretty fast like Gen 4 SSD, and if they put a lot of textures into their games, they're gonna have that port that comes to PC require that level of speed and transfer. So hard drives are serviceable for mass storage. I just love when I get stuck on stuff. It's serviceable for mass storage, but for games that are modernly built for current gen consoles, they always seem to struggle.
Yeah, I mean, even like older, like I know like Minecraft and like Overwatch, for example, those games are like old. Oh, it's locked.
I just hit the car button and it just froze.
Yeah, like I had those installed on my hard drive at home and I couldn't do it anymore. Like I noticed I was loading in so much slower than everyone else and I'd get random lag spikes and it was hard drive.
That 1% low of 0.
0.
And what we'll do is this will be a game I will load back once we do the 16 gigs of RAM and talk about it during the end of the video. So we can see if it is hard drive or RAM or both. If the RAM fixes it, then cool, you'll see that. But we'll run those benchmarks back again. But 50 average, 1% low of 0. I mean, that's about as bad as it gets. This is worst case scenario for a PC. It's $330 in the big old 2026. So kind of expected to not be great for these kind of games, but Jackson even mentioned it. We have Overwatch, another game that would be a reasonable expectation for somebody who wants to play an esports title and only spend a couple $100 on a PC. We'll see how that runs.
All right, guys, we are playing Overwatch, the game that we mentioned, and this one's actually on the SSD, I think, right?
Yes, it is.
Yep. So we're on the SSD. We got a small SSD, so we can only fit some of our kind of smaller esports games on there.
Ooh, still stuttery.
Yeah, we may still be having shaders go on in the background. We're not totally sure yet. We'll probably know as we go a little further, but because it seemed like they were done. But it could also just be our
single channel.
Yeah, our single channel RAM. One thing we do know is that the CPU and the GPU are totally adequate, especially if you have like the right expectations. We are running the game at like higher setting. Like it shouldn't be a problem. We're running it on DX11 with FSR, and we're on ultra graphics quality, but we should totally be able to like maintain this like 100+ FPS without these big stutters. I think the RAM's just not happy with this,
Yeah, I think it's mainly RAM causing those random stutters. Like that's not like a stutter, so that's kind of a like if you were playing competitively, you would be pissed off stutter. Like it's not manageable.
Look, when we're not getting the stutters, we can actually play the game. It's nice. Yeah, you can see our i5, even with that stock cooler, is not doing too bad. We're doing 52 watts, 4 gigahertz. Temperatures aren't too bad. GPU's obviously doing just fine, as it does.
As it does. Oh
my
goodness.
Freaking goodness. He's probably gonna eat his freaking mango. My whole team's like dead or something. I don't even know where they're at.
We gotta show them those 1% lows. It's probably like 0. 2.
2. We
1.
We can get 0. I know we can do it.
We can do what Batman did.
Yeah, it really does feel like single channel is one of those things where it's like you always think it's going to be playable. Like it'll look good for a minute and then it does this, and then you're like, oh, okay, not playable.
It's important to mention too, we are using DDR4 obviously, so that is much more noticeable than DDR5. We've done the testing recently, so because you might be wondering, well, Toasty Bros, you said single channel's fine in this RAM market. For DDR5 it is. DDR4 it still has a lot of issues.
Was that worth it? I don't know. I don't know. I probably should let go of him.
Get that boy. Get that hog.
God, dang it, Anna. He just walked past me. He's like, you're not even a threat. The outcome is anyone's game right now. I need to kill Lucio. We need no healers in here. We shouldn't have won that game, but we did, babe. We made a comeback.
So yeah, guys, we're gonna do some dual channel 16 gigs.
There's another round.
Oh, there's another round.
I didn't realize.
There's another round. Round 2.
All right, guys.
Round 2.
It's time for round 2. Come here, boy.
Get that hog.
You hog.
Stutters seem to be chilling a little bit right now.
Maybe it's just really slowly loading things in.
I noticed the GPU usage hit 100%, which it hasn't been doing for a while. So it was like when the CPU is like at 80 or 90, it's almost like...
Our CPU wattage dropped a good amount too.
I think the CPU's not working as hard right now.
What are the chances that we just now finished the shaders?
Very possible.
I'm gonna go ahead and restart the 1%
get a little restart that.
I think it's just one of those, honestly, I really do think the single channel RAM, and even though I know this game isn't on the hard drive, I don't know, the hard driving in the system is telling me it's working against us. It's working against us right now.
Yeah, this is actually chilling out a lot more.
Guess what, Hog?
Got him.
Aww. That was a big waste of a hammer down. Wow. Oh, my team's getting murked from behind. Oh, I'm gonna show these guys how stinky I can be. Come here, boys. Oh, I'm getting speed boosted. I feel like he's about to whip his ult out. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Oh, wait. Oh, he pulled it.
Goodness.
He said, come here, boy.
He said,
yeah, I'm gonna give you a kiss.
come here, Hog.
I was running.
Hoggerton. That's it. Back to Overwatch.
He's on the grind
The
now.
itch is here. Overwatch was always so much better than Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals tried to just remake Overwatch with Marvel characters. Bad.
Oh!
Bad. I'm in their spawn.
That's insane work.
Was that illegal what I just did?
Illegal in many countries.
Go.
Hey, seemed like the
We
shaders
won.
chilled out because
I think it was fine.
I think it was fine. I think it was just taking forever to load in. But either way, we're gonna test 16 gigs of memory in the system to see if it makes a difference with that 30 mark score CS and probably Batman. We'll see if that matters.
So it just got done benchmarking the PC in 2 different configurations. You guys saw the first configuration, which was the single 8 gig stick of RAM, and we were surprised. It actually did play games, and hey, a lot of the games that we didn't show you guys, like indie games, would probably run great on the single channel, but when we added that second stick, we definitely got better results, and when you price a single stick of 8 gigs out that's not any fancy gaming stick, even mismatched speeds, as long as it's DDR4, then it'll more than likely work with this system. $25. I mean, why not pay for that upgrade and then be about $350 to $360 into this PC, because we think it's definitely worth having dual channel.
Now let's talk about those benchmarks after the upgrade. Again, our speed went down a little bit. Instead of 3200 megahertz, it's now 2666, but I would much rather have the capacity than just slightly higher speed on that RAM, and the benchmarks are as follows. As promised, we re-ran Lego Batman on the 16 gig configuration dual channel, and the performance was much better, even still on the hard drive, getting an average of 85 FPS with a 1% low of 30. Now it's time for the side-by-sides, the ones you haven't seen before. CS2 1080p low with 8 gigs of memory got an average of 224 FPS with a 1% low of 88, and 16 gigs got an average of 309 FPS with a 1% low of 132. Very good improvements in the averages and 1% lows here.
And then we did run 3D Mark times by twice. So the very first time with the stock configuration with 8 gigs, we got a total score of 5,502, with the GPU getting a score of 5,457 and the CPU scoring 5,772, which ends up being 6 cents per point score. And then when we reran the test with 16 gigs, it actually ended up going up a decent amount for the CPU, but the total score was pretty similar, 5,672. The GPU got a score of 5,475, and then the CPU went up a lot to 7,133, which ends up being also a 6 cent per point score. So once you add a little bit of extra money and the fact that it doesn't really help the GPU out much, the score stays about the same, but you can see just how much having dual channel RAM helped out the CPU score.
So overall, I think we still got a good deal here, factoring in that RAM upgrade, which we definitely would recommend you do if you found the system at this price point, and you can deal hunt for yourself using a link down below. It's affiliate and it will help us out. I think this is a really good pre-built to keep an eye out for because of all the off-the-shelf components. Nothing's proprietary, and upgrading it is super simple. But we want to hear from you guys. What do you think of this Asus desktop? Is this one of the best gems on the used market right now? Let us know in the comments down below.
And as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
See you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.
And check out PCBros.tech if you want to buy this PC or a PC that's custom built by us.
And if you guys want to win one, more specifically, you could win a Steam machine in August during our giveaway stream that is co-sponsored by PC Bros. Follow us over on twitch.tv/ToastyBros on August 14th. We'll be giving that thing away, or buy a PC today and use code ToastyBros on checkout. You will save 3% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.